Hello, this is Alex Sturgeon, HobbyTown HobbyPlex, and I want to show you guys the 2022-23 Tekno Series Finals track. We made some track changes. Track's been kind of the same for a while. We had this pit lane installed, kind of took up a lot of our time last round. That's why we didn't get to any sort of major track changes at all, but pretty happy with how it turned out, and let's not keep you guys in suspense any longer. All right, so we're gonna start on the straightaway, down the straightaway, around the bend there, still have some pipe to put on the outside. Our favorite double in the back will stay there. I shortened this pipe. I'm gonna show you guys when we get to it here a little bit. I also changed this corner. This was a straight, tight triangle, and I kind of opened it up a little bit. And then you come this way, this double's the same. Now from here, the track's totally different. Right here was a very tight, very technical, for 2 full rounds of the Tekno Series with 8 scale buggies, not to mention our Friday night plexers. Very tight 180 to a drop-off jump that was pretty difficult for the 10 scale cars. Pretty difficult for 8 scale too, but there was some cool passes there over the last couple rounds. But I've had this idea to open this up in my head, so you're gonna streak towards this big roller to our favorite jump that will finally go away in April when we set up the ProTech race. Bend around here to the oval. Since we're not running oval anymore, I was able to use the oval a little bit differently. So instead of being a straight 180, now you're going to have a diagonal jump going across the infield to a little baby jump with a very long landing. And from up here, you can't really see the elevation change, but I'll show you guys here in a second. To a little bit of a wall jump. You're going to land probably right at the corner. There's going to be a little bump right there. I had a pipe split on me, and we are unfortunately dangerously close to running out of good pipe to use, so I had to improvise. And then up the face of this, again from up here, the elevation change is not really as clear. We still need to paint the lines on the track too. I'll do that tomorrow. Then this coming out of the ovals, this is actually off camber, and it's very subtle, but when you drive it, you're like, why is my car pushing? And then if you go look at it, you'll actually see it's kind of off camber and then back on to the straightaway. So let's go down for a closer look. This will be fun. All right, so I know it kind of looks like crap right now, but tomorrow when I paint it, we'll see there were some guys running out here and already that pipe's been exposed again, so I'm gonna fix that tomorrow when I come in to finish this thing off. I'll put some more dirt there. I'll probably just cover this whole thing with dirt, to be honest with you. That looks like crap, but anyways, you can see where the old corner was and the new corner is. That's about a foot, so I expanded this corner to this pipe over here by a good foot. It just moving that little bit of pipe really opened up this lane. And then I did the same thing over here. I changed this corner. It used to be a peak. You can actually see where the spike was, and just opening that up, that's about another foot, really kind of opens this corner up, makes it a little bit better to drive for the 8 scales. Now this is going to be fun and interesting. So there's the new section. So these guys, these really fast guys, are going to be setting up their 8 scales to land almost probably sideways right here. And I am going to put a cowbell right here so that we can discourage anybody from jumping the pipe. And again, I am going to water tonight, and I'm going to come back in tomorrow. Practice starts at 3. I'm going to give all of our new areas one more whack. So all this loose dirt's going to be hit with the tamper again. But yeah, because right here, I mean, let's go over here and check it out. I'm sorry, the camera's moving all over the place again. I hate when that happens and I'm watching a video. And but you can actually see, you probably could cut the corner right there. Obviously, that's a big no-no. Not going to allow that, so I'm going to put cowbell right there. I was wanting to put a Marshall there, but for the sake of safety, probably won't. But we are going to have a Marshall looking that way, and then this Marshall is going to be looking at this, because this turns into pretty tough, honestly. If you carry too much speed here, you can basically miss the jump and you'll crash. So also, just for elevation's sake, so I'm 5'10" and a half, and we're kind of looking honestly at the top of this thing. So this section that I'm standing in, this used to be the landing to the crossover. The crossover was straight right here at last year's ProTech race, and this chasm we're standing in I actually dug out for that race, and then we used it for the INS race, and then I kind of covered it up with the triple, and then I kind of covered it up with that really tight 180, and now I've opened it up again so we can have this nice swoopy landing. So you're going to be coming all the way around in this little crosstown double. You'll hit this little lip right here, and it doesn't send you very high, but basically by how much gas you give it will determine how far down you'll actually land. And then right here is our wall jump. We'll go back down there. So way down here, little wall jump right there. And my guess is the fast line will be to try to jump to the corner. And then right here, you can see how steep this guy is coming back up to the top. So just something totally different. Finally, pretty happy with how it turned out. Of course, we used the bank of the oval really well. Guys can carry a lot of speed right here. This is really smooth. And then our jump here, again, I was looking at it, I'm like, man, I should probably hit it with the tamper one more time. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. It should tighten everything up, just look a little bit better too. You know, we don't really paint the infield for races, monthly races anymore. Paint's gotten so expensive that it kind of stops being a good idea. We will paint it for the ProTech race, so, and when we do that too, that'll help with the pipe, because like right now we're going to try to stretch this pipe out that we have until midsummer for the INS race. We'll try to have a new pipe for that, and once it's painted, you know, the white tends to look a lot better. The back wall is going to get painted here in a couple weeks when we put that ProTech Spring Champs layout in. So again, we're always trying to improve things. We got our awesome pit lane, survived round one really well, and the way up into it's nice. The way up into pit lane is nice. The way down off of pit lane is nice now. And then check this out. This is something I did recently. I put speakers on both sides of this pit lane out to the track, so at nitro races like this one coming up, we can try to get the marshals to maybe hear me a little bit better, so I can direct traffic. If somebody's upside down, I can kind of help them out. So ran that in a couple weeks ago, and listened to it. Honestly, sounds about the same, but whatever. So we're always trying to improve things here at the Plex, as well as have these awesome big events that we have. But pretty happy with the changes again. Like I said, tomorrow we'll finish it up. I'm gonna water it, let it simmer one more night, hit it with a tamper again, get some spray paint, mark the jumps, mark the corners, mark the marshalling spots, make everything obvious and real tidy. And big race weekend, really excited for it. Finally, another year of the Tekno Series is done. This is our biggest one ever. I think I was going back through when I was looking at the awards and everything, and or who is eligible for the awards. We have 105 eligible people. That's a lot over the course of 4 rounds. So we'll do a video with all the giveaways tomorrow, show you guys how we do that. We'll get some practice laps tomorrow, and yeah, try to get you guys hyped up maybe for next year. So that is it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like, tell your friends. We will be live streaming the mains Saturday. Probably we'll start about 6 o'clock, 6:30, somewhere in there. So keep an eye out for that. And don't forget to become a Patreon member as well. And I got some interviews on our Patreon page, some behind the scenes stuff that I've done. I got a few more outtakes I'm going to put up here shortly. Try to keep it fun, try to keep it light, but helps out a lot, especially with our podcast. So thanks for tuning in.